I'm
And
gonna be the one to get in trouble when I have to get out of this car and beat you up. Like,
what's up, everyone? Shaquille Mahjoudi here for CBS Sports, and you know who this is. She is the UFC's number 5 ranked women's flyweight contender, fighting Erin Blanchfield in the main event of UFC Vegas 107 this Saturday. Maycee, the future Barber, how are you?
doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. A little sick, a little bit of brain fog, but I'm going to do my best to steer this ship straight. Before we get to the Aaron fight, I did want to sort of hype you up a little. You recently threw a perfect first pitch at the Colorado Rockies game. How does it feel to know that you threw an infinitely better one than Conor McGregor or Derrick Lewis?
Well, everyone keeps asking me how my first pitch went because apparently you're the only one that knows I threw a perfect one. No, it feels good. I keep telling everyone I'm like it's an honor to go out and be able to see other sports and other professional
Mhm.
athletes in their craft, doing what they do best. Um, so I had a lot of emotions going to that. Like it was a really cool opportunity. I felt really blessed. Um, and obviously there's always a little bit of nerves going in, but um, I practiced a lot for that throw.
Well, I wish some of our other MMA reps did because our track record isn't very good. So thank you for bringing one home for the team.
You're welcome. I got you.
Appreciate it. When we look at the fight with Erin Blanchfield, just super quick, could I get your breakdown of where do you think you're the strongest? Where is she the strongest?
Yeah, obviously I'm not going to give away anything other than I am the more well-rounded fighter. I'm the more dominant fighter. I'm the meaner fighter. And I plan on going out there and hurting Erin Blanchfield and proving that all of those things that I just said on Saturday night.
Can you juxtapose this 14-month layoff, which I was doing the math, I think this is technically just by a couple months the longest of your career, with that 2018 stint where you fought 4 times in 9 months between the UFC, LFA, Contender Series? Like, what is it like getting that much activity in such a short window and now, having to take 14 months off before we can get you back in there?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely had a fast track to get to the UFC. And I keep looking, and when I was going through, I was like, oh yeah, I had like we were just talking about it the other day, where I was like, oh, I've had like so many fights in such a short amount of time. And then for me, I don't look at it as a layoff. I've been continuously putting on work, and growing and working my butt off to get to where I am, and it doesn't even feel like I've been away for that long.
How do you feel about the promotion for a fight? It's something a lot of my fans wanted me to ask you. Sometimes these Apex cards, we're at 107 now, so they feel like they can kind of mesh together. I saw this like battle going on in my comments where people are like, "Oh, another Apex fight, boo hoo," and then other people being like, "Yo, but it's Barber and Blanchfield." Like, how has this build gone relative to, from your perspective, I guess?
Yeah, I think that anytime you have an Apex fight, I mean there's so many fights going on. There's fights almost every single weekend. Um and so they have to have, Apex cards. Um I mean, could you imagine going from arena to arena every single
Hmm.
week? That's a lot. So I think that with the amount of fights that they're putting on, I think that the Apex makes sense for the UFC. For me, I know that we were not originally trying to have me fight in Vegas,
Mm.
but Vegas is like my second home. My original fight schedule main event was Denver here in
Hmm.
Denver on July 13th, and I think that that was the original plan. But obviously, life had other plans, and I ended up getting sick and had that long layoff. But I do think that for me, I don't care either way. My plan is still the same. My plan is to go out there and beat Aaron and then have another fight, and hopefully that one is not the Apex.
The nickname The Future had a lot of sort of weight and meaning behind it. And unfortunately, we had the setbacks against Roxanne and Alexa. And now we've built ourselves so brilliantly back to this point. I feel like the Erin Blanchfield fight, especially her coming off of fights against Rose and Manon, who just fought for the title, I feel like this is sort of like the statement win for you as a
Mhm.
legit contender in this division. What does this moment mean for you at this juncture of this career?
And I think that every fight that I have is a statement. But for me, this is an important fight. And it's an important win that I'll have. And um to me, like they all matter the same. Honestly, they're all part of the path and the journey to the belt. So I don't think that any one fight is more important than another. They're all very important. There's always a person in front of me, and there's always a person I have to continue to knock down until I get my title shot. So to me, they're all important.
Macy, I'm going to show you a photo. Hopefully, it's lit enough. I have it in max. You might need to zoom in to see it. I would just like for you to, I guess, narrate the internal monologue that's happening at this moment.
I can't see it at all.
Can't
Can
see
you
it at
bring your
all.
phone closer?
It'll probably go
Oh
out of
my goodness.
focus.
I was like, what is that? Oh, no, that was a crazy Karen that I was trying to park. So I had just done a whole drive from Vegas to Carlsbad, California,
Well, that's a long
um,
one, too.
to be with my friends. Yeah. And when I got out there, they were telling me, they were telling me where to park. And I'm like, oh yeah, we'll just park right here. So we went to park on the street, and it's free parking, street parking, anyone can park there. And this lady comes out and she just starts like telling us we can't park where we're gonna park. And so obviously, like there's a whole back and forth, and she was trying to get on the car, and she was like, she was drunk. She was really, really drunk. And she was old, and she was telling me that she could beat my ass. And
Knock
my
out
friend
both of
Demi
you, she
thought that
said.
was the
Yeah.
greatest, thought it was the greatest thing in the world because she was like, do it, do it. She thought it was the best thing ever because she really wanted to see it. And I was like, no, this poor lady, just like let her go back inside, make her sit on the couch, stop drinking, like all these things. I'm like, she did not need that. Um, but it went viral, so it was pretty funny.
It's like the.
I don't know why, but I seem to have a track record with like females for whatever reason. Like
Mm.
the amount of road rage I've been getting into out here in Denver, I think I've had like four different girls roll down their windows and try to cuss me out. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, I'm
And
gonna be the one to get in trouble when I have to get out of this car and beat you up. Like, it's gonna be on me. So, no, but all these girls like to talk for whatever reason. I'm like, I think it's just luck, but
okay,
it's funny, it's entertaining.
in the interest of fairness, are you the common denominator in
I am the
in
common
this cause
denominator.
of?
Somehow I'm the
Are,
common denominator.
how would you rank your driving skills on a scale of 1 to 10?
Just like to drive fast. I mean, it's really, I don't even really know what it is. Because especially the one, like literally last week, I think it was last week, I was in the right lane. I wasn't even going fast. Um, I lied. I was in the left lane. I was going fast. And this girl is in the right lane, and she trying to speed past me. So I'm like, okay, she wants to race. So then I sped up a little bit. And then she sped up and then I sped up. And honestly, she just wanted to be in front of me. And I was going like 70 and a 40. Like, not supposed to do that. But I'm like, why is it so important for you to be in front of me? And I don't like losing. So I was staying in front of her. And then yeah, she was like throwing her hands up, and yeah, she was not
To
happy.
be fair,
So then so
if you're in
then
the passing lane, you're supposed to be passing. So I'm kind of
that's what
on your
I'm saying.
side here, but
Yeah,
like
yeah,
maybe
exactly.
don't
You
get
should be on my
arrested
side.
right before
But
the
the
fight.
last thing I know, the last thing I probably shouldn't tell anyone is she was so upset that I was like, so we were in a double turn lane, and she goes on the left side of me finally, and I'm in the right turn lane, and I took the light just to prove a point. I'm like, I'm just gonna take the light because I'll just leave you in the leave you behind. But then hindsight, I'm like, damn, I really should have took the light and then stopped right in front of where she was gonna be coming into, so that it just really pissed her off. But I didn't.
Ooh, vindictive. I like it though.
I
Hey, thank
I
you
was a
for
little bit
sharing.
petty that day.
Yeah, I promise I won't rat you out. I can't say what happens once this interview goes live, but you have my support.
I know.
So,
It's okay.
it's in the past now. It's okay. We're here. We're not in
Exactly.
jail. The fight's happening. That's what's most
Yes.
important.
Maybe that's
Um,
why I wouldn't make it to the fight. Because I know everyone's so worried about me not making it to the fight. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I just get arrested and I don't make it.
okay. I'm gonna blame Erin for that. I think she's
Joking.
probably
I'm
pulling some
joking.
strings. We're joking. We're not gonna manifest that right now. Hey, this has taken over like most of my fight related questions, but I'm honestly having way more fun. So thank you for accommodating me. It gets a little redundant, talking about the fight week after week after week.
Perfect. Yeah.
Um, I am curious. The Rose fight has come and passed. I feel like maybe the trajectories are now heading in a bit of a different direction. But she said she was disappointed in losing the fight with you, that she wanted to show you what's up. Do you still want to show Rose what's up?
I do think that that kind of has come and passed just because of, she got, I don't think she lost in that fight against Erin, but the scorecards said that she lost supposedly. So, my vision is forward, so it doesn't really matter like who I think is the better fighter. I think what it matters is who's winning and who's continuing to prove themselves forward. And so my only goal is forward. I'm not trying to go backwards anymore. So, um, whoever it is in front of me is where I'm going.
It's always very lofty when like fighters come in so young and make proclamations about being the youngest UFC champion, breaking John Jones's record. And I always got a little like, eh. Not because I don't believe it, but because I hope that that doesn't come at like the expense of their maturation and progress as a fighter. I saw a really nice interview you did. I think it was with UFC.com about how maybe at first you were projecting confidence, but now you've matured and you really feel the confidence. I wonder if you have any advice for some of these younger fighters, like let's say Raul Rosas Jr., who's still 20 and is beating the drum of I'm going to be UFC champion. Like, what advice would you give these younger guys about how to thread the needle between confidence and not rushing things?
To be honest, I would just tell them to keep going and keep
Nice.
doing what they're doing because for me, for me and what I believe is when you get into the UFC, you should already have the
Mm,
confidence and the belief in yourself to beat any single person in that division, especially if your goal is for the belt. And so and also I think that having goals and having ambitions and being very
mm,
outspoken about them is important. You know, if you have a goal and a dream and you're not willing to share it, a lot of times it's because I think that it's because you have a little bit of doubt. And I don't think anyone should ever doubt themselves, especially if they're getting into a cage to fight another person. I don't think you can even walk in with a tiniest bit of doubt because that's how you're going to get hurt. So, um, life happens and things are going to happen and just remember to take everything in and not just take in just the wins, take in the losses, take in the injuries, take in everything and use them to your advantage and continue to have that confidence. And I think it's done really well for me, and I think it's going to do really well for anyone who has a big goal or ambition in this sport.